with your memory problems, you feel like you're new every day. Well, I'm glad to have you here. If you're new, welcome. Seriously, welcome. I'm going to try to provide maximum value here tonight, give you some predictions on the market, some analysis, and maybe give you a chance to join in on the fun. Got some fun new stuff coming up here as we approach the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. All right, 5 o'clock. So let me see if I can get to the charts here. Hold on, Steven told me something here. All right. So S&P, this is ES. This is the S&P 500 futures right here. Let's kick it off right into it. So back here a few days ago, a whopping, 1 week really. Back here, I mentioned that if we bounce down, we might see a touch in this oval right here. If we grab the grip on this oval and pull it straight over to the right, look at where the tail was down here yesterday. Isn't that funny how those things happen? So we get a pull down right to the target, bounce right at that fib level, 1272 extension of the first pull down. Now we're going higher. Now the expectation is we kind of stopped right at this key fib level here today, right? This 46.40. We need to break on through, start making new highs. So right now this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is probably, it comes over here, and 3 comes on over here, and 4 comes over, and 5. So if you can count, that's kind of how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did not make a lower low. We made a higher low, which kept this count intact and valid. We did a 5 waves up, did a 3 waves down, right into the 1272 extension right there. Say, hey, I'm having a hard time seeing it. Look at that. Look at that touch. Look how close that was. Just barely poked through and then ripped right back up. Beautiful touch. I expect that to hold. I expect that's a bullish setup right there. Now we need to clean a few fibs off of here so we can see what exactly we might predict the upside. All right, nice and clear, nice and clean. Got a line way back here, but it won't matter. All right, so we did get up here a higher high, but that's still valid for a B wave. So in Elliott wave speak, 3 wave corrections are counted in A, B, and C. B can occasionally exceed by a small amount the start point. So that is completely valid. Now we run, usually we go from the swing high to the swing low. Right now, we're going to go from 0.0 to the bottom here. And just check this out. So 1618 extension of this pullback takes us to 48.50 area. Then we would expect a pullback somewhere at least to the 1272, if not all the way to the 100% right here. And then we get a wave 5 extension, which would take us right up to possibly 5,000. So I see this 48.50, at least the 4,800, getting in between here is highly likely to happen as we approach the end of the year. So we're talking about, pop up the calendar real quick. We got 2 trading days left this week. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 next week. So in the next 6 trading days, I think we could get to this 4,800 area, if not 4,850. So that's a big, bold prediction right there, but I think we could get there. Let's go ahead and draw it up on the chart right here. Right in this area. December 31st there. Pull it over this way. Like that. I think we can hit that oval. It's going to be the Santa Claus rally that everybody was looking for. Be a shocker. Anyway, I see that as highly likely to happen. Unless for some reason we find some resistance here and break lower and actually hit this 144 EMA. That's the downside there. If we just start crapping out, can't get over that tonight in the overnight action, we could bounce down and get a lower low and validate all this awesome setup that we got already. So just be aware, keep an eye on it. I wake up every morning about 7 o'clock and check out the futures. That's the first thing I do. A lot of times I post it right in Discord. So this morning we had a heck of a green day, but we got a pullback right as the market opened. Kind of stopped me out of my overnight longs, and then I got right back in after we made a bottom just a short bit later. So jumping in the NASDAQ, we did not pull quite as far down. We just got a marginal lower low right there. I was thinking that if we found weakness, we might pull all the way down to the 144 EMA on the daily. Did not have the strength to do that, which I'm kind of happy with, because I didn't want to see it go lower on NASDAQ. So we did get a slight marginal lower low. So this one, ES did not get a lower low, but this one did make a lower low, and it also didn't get a higher high on the move up there. So this thing went something like this, down to here, up to here, and quickly retraced down. Didn't quite even get to the A equals C extension. So this one's a little sloppier. It did hit the target right there, just a day late. All right, so from this level, where are we going on NASDAQ? Well, right now, we just got to the weekly pivot. We haven't even got to the 618 retrace, which is all the way back up here. It's over. All the way back up here around 16,280, 270, 280 area, right up in there. That reaction, you can see we had a hard time getting through it before and just kind of rolled over, found resistance in that area. So that area is going to be resistance again, all the way up to the top of that candle there. So we have to get through that zone on NASDAQ. This is just the NQ future. NQ is the futures. NQ1 exclamation point on TradingView. Free platform to look at. NQ1 exclamation point. We'll find some resistance in this zone right here. Resistance is just an area that keeps price from going higher, right? Resists going higher. Once we break through though, the target is going to be up here around 17,100. So David, check your chat, buddy. I put the link in there for you. Scroll up before I even get started talking. I put the link in there. So you need to scroll your chat back up. All right. So 17,100. That's my big, bold prediction rolling in to the end of the year. But we got some resistance to clear on the way to get there. And any of this could prolong it. So I don't think this necessarily will happen by the end of the year. I do think we'll be higher up in this resistance. And if we can just pop right on through, we may see higher prices, but I think this one will be a little slower to get to that target. All right. We may see other things leading the charge here. The fangs were not the strongest for most of the day today. We had other NASDAQ players coming up, like Micron, MU, chip makers showing some strength. So we also like to look at the Russell. It tried, it's kind of funny, it tried to break out to the upside of this consolidation we've had all year. Then yesterday it tried to break down, held tightly to the bottom. Big strong green candle today, but we are still right smack dab in the middle of this consolidation that we've had going all year, all the way since February back here, February and March when we started this. Still right smack dab in the middle of the range. Needs something to happen. All right. It hasn't formed a 1-2 setup yet or anything like that to indicate that it's going higher. So just right smack dab in the middle. And those of you who've been following me, I am still long those calls I bought. So I bought them right up in here, and we just kind of been sitting on them. They are out till June. All right, oil, high or low. That's a beautiful setup for the next run. Now let's clear off a few fibs and see what we might expect on the next run here. Just using the smaller move here. This next move is going to take us up probably to this prior resistance right here around 78. Got to break back through the 144 EMA. It's not up there, it's down here, just above us. Got to break through that, get some momentum going, get back to 78, 75, 78, and then we can see some higher prices. I don't think this one's quite going to make it back up to 88 by the end of the year. It's going to take it into January. So, all right. This is just a charting platform on Jew. It's free, TradingView. You can go to tradingview.com. I'll just do charting on here. I trade on about 14 different, 15, 16, 17 different platforms and brokerage accounts for me and my family. Lots of people want to be adopted, but I'm not taking any adoptees right now. So I do a lot of charting on here, and this is a free platform and this isn't even a paid account. You can see the ads popping up down here. I click off the ads and it'll pop up more. I do it on here because I want everybody to be able to do this for free. You know, one of my other guru buddies, Rob Booker, he says that you know, you should buy the tools of the trade, you know, if you're gonna do this professionally. But I feel like I've been in those shoes where you're like, oh, everything costs so much money. How can I get started and it not cost me an arm and a leg? Well, you can get into TradingView for free, and it has everything in here. It has cryptos, it has futures, it has stocks, it has, you know, even has options in here that you can look at. It has all this data. It's all, you know, I try to show it to you how to use it for free because I feel like that you should be able to get started without outlaying a lot of costs. And then as you pay the tuition through your trading, then you can buy the upgrades. Then you can spend more money on more data. And I don't know that it does any better for you, in all honesty. So this is oil, and that was my prediction up here to 75, 78, right around here, probably rolling the end of the year. All right. Rolling on to gold. Gold. I closed part of my gold position when it did this little number last week. I did not like that. This week, still having trouble getting going bullish, but it is up off the low. Been fighting this 1800 level for a few weeks now. So we dropped right down into it all the way back here at Thanksgiving, Black and Blue Friday. And we've just kind of been fighting it, fighting the 1800 above and below for a few weeks now, mostly below. You know, we're trying to break through the last couple of days, but then right back down to it, hanging out the weekly pivot. Right now, we got to break out of this consolidation. That's the long and the short of it. And really, it's probably more just that pull across, trying to break into it. That zone we've had for a few months now. Got to get up through that and stay up through that. You know, we extended up there and came right back down, and almost just as quick. So gold, nothing awesome to say right now. It does look like this potential is for a move lower right now. I've been talking about that we could see 1680 again, and without getting any kind of bullish action going on here, breaking through this resistance, then the pressure is still down to 1680 one more time. All right, hopping over to Bitcoin. Beautiful candle today. Let's jump down a time frame or two just so we can see why this candle is so beautiful. So let's move right down here. Bottomed out, and then we made a higher low, just barely, just barely. You really have to zoom in to see those candle bottoms there. We just barely made a higher low. which set this thing up to kick off higher. And we got above the 144 EMA with a whole daily close. I mean, this was an hourly chart. The hourly close was above the 144 EMA. I think the 4 hours just coming up short, and we're going to hit this resistance here on the 4 hour here. So that'll be our next test right there. This area right in here. When we get there, if we can break through that, and we set up the daily to test the 144 EMA also, just a little bit more above it. And that's our 4 hour right there. Breaking on through. We'll have to test that daily, which will be about right there at that time. Breaking on through there. Sets us up to be back in a bullish trend. We start getting up these levels and see a move up to that 618 level right up there. All right. So that's kind of the levels right there. First, we got to get through about 49, almost 50,000. And then we'll probably find some resistance at 51,150. And then that sets us up for a nice run all the way back up to 58,000, which could potentially set us up for the bigger run that I was looking for in Q1 2022 of 80,000. You know, get us back up into that 80,000 area. And I do feel like Ethereum is set up a little stronger because it held above the 144 EMA on the daily. Now, if you're not familiar why I use the 144 EMA, you're new here. 144 is a Fibonacci number. I do a lot of stuff based on Fibonacci. We'll talk about that more at the end of this today. But this 144 EMA held on the daily chart for Ethereum, which I feel gives it a stronger possibility to go higher. Of course, it didn't extend quite as high fib-wise before. So I think it's a little bit later in its, or earlier in its count than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a little later in its count. It topped out at those fib levels and got a bigger pullback. Ethereum's got a ways to go before it can reach those same kind of fib proportions and peter out before it gets a bigger pullback. So this one does set up to run on up here to meet these higher levels around 8,000, and even don't move the fib levels. If we jump out here one more higher time frame to the weekly, we could see this super mega run to 20,000 in Q1 2022. This would be a mega run on Ethereum. So, all right. Cool. You got the book, Elliott Wave Principle. It's a read. Probably have to read a few times. XRP. Well, I gave an analysis on that in my crypto power plays. Pull it up. XRP USD. Let's grab that one right there. Jump down to the daily. So right now, nothing looking super hot. I mean, it is pulling up, but it's still below the 144 EMA. This correction doesn't look like it flushed out all the way. While this could be, this correction just doesn't look quite right. You know, we came up and stopped at the 618 here a couple times now. So what this really looks like is it's set up as an A. This is the B. And then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see this fifth wave probably extend on down. And we'll see at least a low as this, possibly. That's what it looks like right now. We're set up for a sloppy finish off here. Now this could be a complex B wave and it can consolidate some more. This could be the A, the B, could do a C, and then drop on out. So right now, it could be a few things, but I don't think it's going higher right now. It would have to make a solid close, solid daily close above here and stay up there, not just poke up through there and roll back over. Getting back above there could set it up to go on out to 289 or even 458 area. Got to break out of this funk though. Right now, that's set up to see some lower prices, I think. Probably not what anybody was thinking or hoping. I'll throw out one that I have been interested in the last few days. Not available on Coinbase. A little more difficult to get a hold of. This one USD here in Harmony. That's what it's called. Has a very nice retrace. Kind of held the kind of held this 144 EMA. Did dip below it just briefly, came right back up to it. Then it had a little trouble breaking through it. And the last 3 days, it's kind of broken through, consolidating just above the pivot there. This thing has a nice little 1, 2, 3 setup going on. That could project it up here in the 1272, 1618. So I'm thinking, I was putting out to my members of crypto that I think it's going to find some resistance at 29. If we run the fib right there, if I get it on the right spot. Yeah, it's sloppy. All right, there's a resistance at 29. And if we get up through 29, then we can see a break higher and head up to this 55 or even 80 cent area. Well, at least return to high around 40 if we break through 29. I feel like right now. Yeah, that's sloppy. Things aren't popping on there properly. All right. So one USD is the one I was interested in, and it's not available on Coinbase. It's not the easiest to buy. Binance looks like a big supporter of it. So, all right. Moving on down. Apple made a beautiful move at the end of the day. Looks like it's down just about 5 cents after hours here. This thing set up. I like to look at this one, what they call a Fibonacci chart right here. And my ads popping back up. Right here. We had a nice extended move up, about a 6-day run. Then we've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day consolidation today, green candle. So this one, if it breaks the highs of today, it sets up for another one of these 6 to 8 day runs. This one could be another one that runs into the end of the year. We talked about having 6 trading days left in the end of the year. That could be 6 green candle days for Amazon. I mean, Apple. Say the wrong word. Apple. So we could have 6 nice green candles running up to all-time highs in Apple. Could get that $3 trillion mark right at the end of the year. All right. So I'll take a few requests here into the final few minutes. We'll do the webinar here today. I see MSTR in the chat. That one looks pretty horrible, right? Flip it back to the candles. As that looks like a big 1, 2, 3 going down to a lower low. What it looks like. We overlap. It's outperforming Bitcoin to the downside. Bitcoin was rallying today and MSTR was not. So kind of decoupled a little bit the last couple months and out underperforming Bitcoin. All right. All I did was just hit the compare button right here and add Bitcoin. That's what it's comparing on here. So underperforming Bitcoin. So what's up with Mara? What is up with Mara? It looks like it's so a chart I showed extensively in Discord. Let's put that Bitcoin back on here. So they were pretty correlated back here in October, even running into mid to late October. And then all of a sudden, Mara got what I'm calling a gamma squeeze, because there were a ridiculous number of options that were long in there, and it started decoupling and it got out of hand. It petered out up here, and now it's come back and they're back to correlated again. And it is underperforming slightly today, but as Bitcoin pulls higher, I think Mara is going to catch up quickly. So I posted this in Discord a few places. So all right, I know that one's kind of hard to see with all the junk on there. Turn that off. Turn that off. Still can't see it super great, but the heavy orange line in there is Bitcoin's performance. Mara got a little over exuberant up there, came back down to be correlated again. It did overshoot just slightly here, so it has opportunity to catch back up. So keep an eye on that one. It did come down all the way down and retest the bottom of that support resistance zone that we tracked all summer. So alrighty, let's see. I see what else in there. YM. Looking at the future. I don't like the Dow future. I just don't. Why don't I? I just don't. One exclamation point. Turn Bitcoin off. Turn my indicator back on. Holding the 144 EMA right there. That's possibly a 1-2 setup. Possibly. This one's so skewed and messed up that it just doesn't work right. It's too weighted. I just don't like it. The tools don't always work exactly right, so I use the S&P. So all right. BTRST? Crypto US dollar. What do you want to know? That looks like it's going to zero. BRR. Doesn't have enough history to get all my EMAs going here. But so if that's was that a new IPO back in July? IPOs have a tendency to do corrective moves. This kind of looks corrective right now. I expect one more dip lower. So this may rally up here again and then dip lower again. It's just gonna be sideways until they can find an ultimate bottom. So, all right, I haven't pulled a put. I can pull a put. It's basically kind of did the same thing with HUT that I talked about on Mara. Let's see, yeah, it's like, oh, do you want to compare Bitcoin? Yeah. See, I got to get them coupled together here. I see it outperformed and still outperforming the Bitcoin performance. line up. Yeah. Even the best I can get it right there. Outperformed and, almost correlated again. So it's been outperforming Bitcoin. Of course, it does mine other cryptos also. So if it feels like it's just not been doing very well, well, it's just got a little over exuberant up here. And now it's tightened back up the correlation between it and Bitcoin. All right. All right, GRTX. Not correlated to Bitcoin. Exactly. Well, that looks pretty gnarly. I don't have anything great to say. Looks like it's gonna come up, test the 144 EMA, which it's tested there, tested there, tested there, almost tested there. Gonna test it again. Looks like zeros the way that one's going. All right, SQ. Down is the direction. Block. Yeah. Dorsey takes over. It could be done here. I mean, it could be the bigger swing here. I got to a minimum turning point. It may poke just a little lower to 130. Could be a lot lower depending on how if you're long from up here. This could be the top from over there, and A, B. Yeah. It could bounce anywhere in here. If it breaks below here, though, it's coming on down. Revisit this consolidation before. All right. A, B, and B. I looked at that yesterday, I think. Got some old links on here. Let's see. Yeah, this one still doesn't have a lot of history. It's going lower is what that's a corrective action from, this is what I was talking about, corrective action. This is corrective action. Probably going to make a lower low than the IPO area, the low from the IPO area. It's just the pattern of IPOs. They do this corrective thing. It's not that you can't make a bunch of money going up and down, but I like to see them flesh it out before I start putting my money after it. Yeah, I think that was probably going to make a lower low. Something lower than over here. That's not even a straight line. Well, it's a straight line, but it's not flat. All right. Well, I got lots of stuff, lots of people putting stuff in there, but I don't have time for all that. We've gone over 30 minutes already. And I'll tell you what, you've seen me use Fibonacci all evening here. So by popular demand, I've changed up the 4th class of the 2022 Launchpad. If you weren't around, you're new here. The 2022 Launchpad was a special we did for Black Friday. And we're going to open it back up at the original pricing for that final Fib class that I sold for $99. We're going to sell it for $99. And you get all the recordings for the Launchpad sessions that we had. So you've got all of those you can get in and watch. You get access to Discord, but you got to call my team. So the number to call in and get this, get access to the special deal. I'll probably do a webinar Thursday and actually sell it out to the public. So don't feel like you missed anything if you see a webinar about it Thursday. This right here will get you in for the session on next Monday. We're going to do all about Fibonacci. We're going to go through all the stuff, all the settings, all the how to use them, where they come from, why the levels I use. We haven't taught that since all the way back to the summer. People in the Launchpad were asking for it. So we're going to go through it extensively next Monday at 1 o'clock. So if you want to get in on that for $99, 855-454-0816, give them a call. They will hook you up. All right. There is not an echo trade session tomorrow. There is a crash protection session tomorrow. And if you're wanting to get in on that, again, call 855-454-0816. It's at 1 p.m. tomorrow. That's what we were selling the last couple of weeks. So mentioned it last week. That crash protection. Did a thing on Thursday to sell it. Wrapped it up. So have a question about a market. What market? Now, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe. If you're watching this as a replay, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications on content like this. And we will be back with you next week on Tuesday. So I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the time off. Market is closed Friday and Saturday, but crypto never sleeps. So crypto is going. I'll probably update crypto. All my usual watch list and stuff will come out on Sunday just as normal. So, all right. Merry Christmas. Yeah. Get in Discord if you got questions. You know, $99 gets you in Discord. So if you're new here, you can get that $99 get you 3 pre-recorded classes, 1 live class. Come and ask me. You can get in Discord with a ton of extra content and trade ideas that aren't even, part of anything. Yeah, crash protection thing is tomorrow. We're gonna go through all the crash protection trades I did in 2020 to make a bunch of money, how I did it, when I did it, why I did it. All right, answer all the questions. We'll go through every trade. We'll go through them. When I put it on, what was going on, all that stuff. All right, everybody, have a great week. Remember, be kind to somebody else for the holidays. Do some act of kindness for somebody else. All right. Merry Christmas. Y'all have a great one.